everyone, and welcome back to Director Watch, an Awards Watch podcast that attempts to get inside the mind of cinema's greatest auteurs, explore what drives them, and maybe we go on a few unrelated tangents along the way. I'm Ryan McQuade, the executive editor here at Awards Watch, and joining me as always is my favorite therapist, my co-host, Jay Ledbetter.
Ryan, this is a weird movie. How about from the director of Jean Dielman comes a romantic comedy from the. I was trying to think of like what this trailer would have been in the 90s, and
Look around and do da da do.
I think he's a thorny therapist looking for an escape. She's a disgruntled Parisian dancer. What if they found love? And then yes, exactly, it would be a Counting Crows song. And then
Mr. Jones and me.
Yeah, it would be great. What a time this was for movies, and what a bizarre film for
the end of our
Chantal
Akerman
Akerman
series.
to make the end of our series, a film no one has heard of that's only available on YouTube. I talked to my accountant. They said this podcast won't survive if you do this movie on the show, but here we are anyway, and we're taking this thing to the moon. It's A Couch in New York, by the way, is the
A
name
Couch
of the
in New
film.
York. Thank you very much. I was waiting for you to get to it. Listen, there's a reason I picked this. One,
Because it's English.
it is the most bizarre film I could have picked. And
What if Chantal Akerman did a Nora Ephron movie?
I was going to say a Nancy Myers movie, because it does have that.
Oh, it's got holiday energy.
It's got holiday written all over it, buddy.
Oh yeah.
And I know how much you love the holiday.
But it's like 40 minutes shorter than the holiday.
Wait, can I ask you
Mercifully.
up front,
Yeah.
thoughts on Nancy coming back?
I mean, I'm in. I don't love the cast.
Oh, because you don't like our governor, Emma Mackey.
Yeah, I'm neutral on Emma
Did you watch
Mackey.
Ella McKay?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
I can't wait.
You can't wait. A movie that you've been putting off for 2 months.
The one that she was going to make at Netflix was supposed to be Scarlett Johansson and Fassbender. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it was Scarlett.
That I was all in on.
And I think Penelope Cruz, and I think Owen Wilson.
In that last one.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So
That
I think
sounded
Mackie.
amazing.
So is Mackie?
So she's brought over some residuals from that one.
Like
Because it's who? It's Cruz, Owen Wilson, Mackie,
Kieran Culkin,
Kieran Culkin.
somebody else, isn't there?
I'm sure there are other people in the movie.
I'm sure there are. I'm sure it's going to be
I would be surprised if there were exclusive, if it was a chamber piece with exclusively 4 people in it.
But Warner Brothers gave her the money.
Warner Brothers, we talked trash about Warner Brothers for a long time.
They're killing it again.
All of a sudden, they're like the most filmmaker-friendly studio, and just in time for them to sell themselves off and let somebody else make decisions for them.
Yes. And Jude Law.
Yes, Jude Law, of course.
Yes.
Mr. Napkinhead himself.
Yes, it's Jude Law, Emma Mackey, Kieran Culkin, Owen Wilson, Penelope Cruz.
I did watch The Holiday over Christmas, and
You still hate it?
parts of it are so good.
Yeah, the stuff with the Eli Walsh is so good. Did you soften on Black?
No,
On Jack Black?
no.
No? Still,
I'm kind of my take on the movie is kind of that Jude Law and Winslet are incredible.
Oh, you hate Diaz. That's right. I forgot
Diaz,
that too.
I'm in the middle on, and Jack Black I think is actively bad in the movie.
See, I think Winslet is I'm not to reiterate our previous episode on the holiday, which you can find here at awardswatch.com on our feed. But I think Winslet's kind of like okay. I think Law and oh my God, Diaz are fantastic together. And I like Jack Black. I think he's having fun.
If anything happened on this watch, I was kind of like, all right, pretty much everything Diaz Jude Law works.
It does. And it's so good, and they're great. And of course,
and it has an almost identical plot to A Couch in New York.
It really does.
They just don't meet anybody at their vacation spots,
No, they don't. They meet
romantic
each
interests.
other. I'll say this about Nancy. It will be my number one most anticipated film of that year. There
I
will it will
doubt
be
that.
there will be nothing else that beats it.
That is a lie.
We will get a Scorsese movie that year, and I will be more
You
anticipating
are
the Nancy Meyers movie.
fibbing.
I'm not. This is a rare thing. This is a very rare thing that we're getting here. She hasn't made a movie in 11 years. 11
How many
years.
Let's do the Scorsese.
He's
Nancy
made
Meyers.
He's
rankings.
made 4 movies since.
How many?
That's not
Scorsese
the same thing.
movies would you say are better than Nancy Meyers' best movie?
So what's better than Something's Got to Give?
What's better than Something's Got to Give? It's probably like
at least
6.
40 times.
Yeah.
Oh, there's at least like 7 or 8 films that I would watch. But that's not the exercise we're talking about. I'm not saying that Nancy Meyers is better than Martin Scorsese. I'm saying that I have not seen this woman work.
I understand this opinion.
In a decade plus.
And the last thing she did was great.
It was The Intern.
The Intern.
Which is a great film. Don't you poo-poo The Intern.
I love Intern. I love The Intern.
And I just think that
was an enthusiastic review. I loved that series.
I mean, it's no different than like
I found out what women want.
There you go. And what do they want? More Mel Gibson, please.
Yeah. That's what America says.
That's what Jay says. No, I just man,
we gotta cover Mel. Passion of the Christ 2 coming out.
No, I'm gonna put that to the side and you stop, please. No, I really do think that this might, I'm gonna say something and it's gonna sound bad. Might be the last one she ever makes. Given the
Nancy.
Giving her
76,
not just her age,
how hard it has been to fund her get movies
projects.
funded.
It might be the last one. And so I want to embrace it as much as possible.
But they might be the last Scorsese.
No, that guy's got 16 more films in him. Like, what are you talking about?
Also, you say she hasn't made a movie. She directed Father of the Bride Part 3-ish in 2020.
Oh, you mean the YouTube thing for COVID awareness?
Mm-hmm. So check yourself.
Okay, I'm wrong.
Man, The Intern, God, 2015. That's crazy.
It is, right?
When is this new one supposed to come out?
2027.
7?
So it'll be 12 years.
That is bananas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, listen, I love so many. Like, we're going to get a lot of movies in 27. And
that's like a Todd Field pace.
Not even. Field's got his next movie already on. Oh, Todd Field. I thought you said Haynes. I'm sorry.
No.
Haynes has got that movie. Did you see that they're going to get that?
Yeah.
Give it a go?
Yeah. Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
It's like, who's a guy whose public persona I like so much who I cannot really get a grasp of on screen?
I think this movie could be big.
Pedro Pascal.
Honestly, I really do.
Could be great. It's Todd Haynes. It'll probably be great.
And then he's going to be the lead in that new Gilroy film too that's coming out. That's supposed to be really good. Everybody's talking.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked him in Eddington.
Yeah,
I know you don't like Eddington.
I think Eddington is what it is. I think he's very good in it.
It's in my top 5 of last year.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that. I would definitely not go that high. But I mean, it becomes more and more relevant every day, doesn't it?
Indeed.
But no, the person honestly for that project, for the Haynes project, that I'm honestly thankful gets that project made is actually Danny Ramirez, because like it kind of felt like he could have like a Melton-esque, like show his dramatic side, and then the whole thing with Joaquin Phoenix.
What's
changed.
Charles Melton up to now that you say that?
He's got the new season of Beef. He's going to be in that with Kaylee Spaney and Oscar Isaac and Carey Mulligan. He's got some other stuff coming out too. He's working. He's working.
He was so unbelievably good in May December.
It's
May December, a movie that I feel like has sort of just evaporated.
That's Netflix's fault,
but is so good.
It's one of the best films of the decade.
It's so good.
Oh,
he was in Warfare. I need to watch Warfare.
He's very good in it. Like most of that movie is like pretty just like solid, but like he comes in the last 30, 45 minutes of that movie and he's just owning the screen the entire time. And you're like, oh, that's the movie star. Guys, follow him. That's the movie star. I
Who
think they
is
should.
Cosmo Jarvis? That
He's
sounds
the
like a made up name.
he's the guy from Shogun. He's the
No,
white guy
that's
from
made
Shogun.
up. He's
He
not
looks like
real.
Tom Hardy lookalike.
I need to
Uh,
watch Shogun. That's another show I need to watch.
I haven't. Yeah.
Haven't gotten to it.
Haven't. We watched one episode. Megan couldn't get through it.
Hmm.
She thought Cosmo Jarvis looked too much like Tom Hardy, and she's like, if I want knockoff Tom Hardy, I'd just go watch Tom Hardy.
That sounds like a name that you would give to AI Tom Hardy. Cosmo Jarvis.
Cosmos Jarvis. Yeah, this is what is that? That guy with that old Cosmo Jarvis. Sounds like a really bad insult that you tried
Sounds
to
like a
make.
Star Wars character.
And driving the Millennium Falcon, Cosmo Jarvis. We're here for a couch in New York.
And sort of a secret review of her great documentary, News from Home.
Yes.
Her New York movies, let's call
Her New
them.
York movies. We're here to talk about the New York films of Chantal Akerman. And yes, that technically was the next thing. We don't cover documentaries. We should probably cover documentaries on here.
We
Right?
don't cover them all the time. I
No.
also
It's hard
talk
to
about a movie that would be incredibly hard to make a full episode about is News from Home.
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
It is tough. But it's a great film.
It's a great film.
Um,
Better than A Couch in New York, I would say.
well, don't give it away.
Dare I say.
Jay, you really got to like work on your poker with the
No, I
audience.
like because now people are really in on why does he think it's better?
Why do you think
wanna-
the movie that is critically not done so well, not as good as the one that was critically?
I'm not
acclaimed?
about burying the lead. I want that headline.
Okay, that's fair. Well, yeah, it is. It's an interesting exercise for the last film here. I thought it would be also kind of fun to talk about a film that we talked about her very well received films. This is also a movie that was not well received, and it is kind of interesting. And also, we hadn't seen the film. We hadn't seen A Couch in New York. It is also very interesting when you watch directors, Jay, if they've carried their style once they make it over to American studio system, right? So I found it that we could have an interesting exercise to wrap up this series. And yes, also talk about some of the other things that you found or you discovered along the way, as well as myself with Ackerman, just in general here. So I guess we can talk about both of these New York films, man, to really get it off. You want to talk about the documentary first or A Couch in New York?
Let's talk about the doc. Let's go chronological.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, News from Home. This is a documentary. She did
Good job.
a 60-minute documentary called Hotel Monterey
Yeah.
a few years earlier. And Hotel Monterey is, I think I talked about it briefly in our J2EL episode. It's a documentary with essentially a stationary camera in a bunch of hotel rooms. There is no speaking in it. It is a bunch of still shots of a hotel. And I think it's magnificent. And this feels like sort of the level up of that idea, where this is a documentary with exclusively still camera, sometimes in a vehicle. So it is moving by means of things on wheels, but a completely still camera with photography of New York City. And in the background, you have someone reading letters that Chantal Akerman's mother wrote to her while she was living in New York. And it is a film about isolation. It's a film about growing up. It's a film about distancing yourself from your family naturally, I would say. Definitely brought up a lot of the memories that I had as I was getting to college and getting out of college. And just over time, all of a sudden, I realized I don't talk to my family as much anymore. And it captures that sensation very clearly and succinctly. It is another one of those Chantal Akerman films that you can't compare to Top Gun Maverick. It's just not the same medium. It's doing something completely different. In a lot of ways, it is experimental. It is operating at a frequency that is completely unfamiliar to 90% of audiences. But when you take it for what it is and consider what it is accomplishing through its minimalistic approach, it's very powerful and gives a real sense of distance and loneliness and melancholy that I think Ackerman is so good at. And I loved it. It's just under 90 minutes. It's not relentlessly long, but you certainly feel time in it. It is a movie about time as much as any other movie that we've watched of hers, because the letters that she reads over the course of the film reflect a passing of time and mention time and say, I haven't heard from you in so long. Such and such has happened. This person who was once healthy is now sick. Divorces are occurring. This person is married and now they're breaking up. It is, I think, a really great film. I loved it. It's one of my favorites that we've watched over the course of this series. Ryan, what did you think of it?
I thought kind of everything you said was really how I felt, Jay. I was kind of taken aback about someone leaving a place and you know this. I travel a lot when during throughout the
You
year,
do travel a lot. You're a film festival king.
and not just but within film festivals. I will go on family trips or we'll leave as well too, or I'll go to Atlanta and see a friend every now and then as well.
Me.
That's you.
You also came to Atlanta another time and didn't see me, but I think that was just the airport.
It was just the airport. We tried to make it work, but it was the time. Time didn't make it work. Um, but
That's a Hootie and the Blowfish song.
what is?
Time.
Oh
You know it?
no, I don't. You want to sing it?
Time. She's all gonna see. Something like that.
Something like that. Thank you for indulging and having to indulge in my thoughts. It's always wonderful when you're trying to talk about a film and your co-host does their Hootie and the Blowfish that sounds a lot like Eddie Vedder. Just gonna put that out there. Anyway, I agree with you, Jay. It made me kind of. She's just a great filmmaker when it comes to what you were saying in the last episode. Just this observer of time and how when you're gone and when you're away, images from the places that you're visiting can conjure up memories of the place that is home. And the idea of like the literal title of this project and this piece and how it can mirror it and how that could, there's always something kind of scratching within her, right? That is wanting to examine the feelings that she's feeling as she's making films, as she's discovering things, as she's evolving as a human. But there is that like this documentary had that great feeling, Jay, and I don't know if you felt this. Was like, when you're on a trip and by the end of it, you're kind of exhausted from that experience and you want to go home, and like you get home
Yes.
and you have that.
Oh, the shot at the end on the ferry.
It's just like
magnificent.
the split age able to conjure it up so well, and it reminded me a lot of having like you never saw this film, but it reminded me a lot of when I watched a couple of years ago in New York. I watched Dahomey from Matty Diop.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I need that's one I need to
That's
check
when you
out.
really should watch. It's only 70 minutes. It's a beautiful, beautiful documentary, but it has so much of
That's 1/3 of the runtime of John Dielman.
correct. And that's a documentary where like you can feel Diop's voice. If you watched Atlantics, if you watched her work before, you feel her voice inside this non-narrative structure. And I felt that so much here with Ackerman, and I just thought it was so beautiful. Like the movie is it's yeah, it's one of the best things that we've watched, and it was so easy to get through, and I found it to be just this has been a very enriching experience
It has been.
to watch her stuff. Like I know that, we talked about like we felt intimidated, like audience, we have felt intimidated to try to talk about these films. Our silly shenanigans aside,
Well,
um,
it's
it's hard to
hard
talk about
because
this
these are
stuff.
movies about
Really,
this film ends on a 10-minute shot of New York City shot on a ferry with no dialogue, with nothing. And what are you supposed to think about?
what did you think about when you watched it?
Everything.
There you go.
It is Ryan, we talked last week about how I need constant stimulation. Like if I have 10 minutes alone by myself, I'm going to put on a podcast. I can't help it. Watching a Chantal Akerman movie is the
Forces you to
most
recode yourself, doesn't it?
lo-fi
Yeah.
experience I can possibly have.
Yeah.
And it makes you reflect on the city that you live in, the life you've lived. It is
Choices you made.
it's therapy in a 10-minute shot. And especially considering how introspective the film was up to that point, this insistence on reflection as this screensaver sits in front of you is magical, especially in the context of 2026.
Mm-hmm.
It takes on an entirely different meaning. This was much more normal in the 70s, but in 2026, a 10-minute state of stasis doesn't exist. And so having this blessing, honestly, in our current times that we live in, of reflection and stillness and a lack of intense stimulation. Obviously, there is still a level of stimulation because you're watching a movie,
Mm-hmm.
but it is not a movie in the way that we generally think of movies. Like I said, it shouldn't be called the same thing that we called Minions: The Rise of Gru, which we also call a movie. They're just completely different things. And it provides you with an outlet for introspection and release. It was one of those things where I thought about things that I haven't thought about in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's extraordinarily valuable. And it does, over the course of the film, imbue you with a sense of that Ackermanian sense of melancholy and longing. And so when I am looking at that shot on the ferry, I am thinking about some regrets that I have, the relationships with my family that maybe I could have maintained a little bit better. I'm thinking about my youth, which has a lot of regret in it and has a lot of joy in it. And over the course of News from Home, there is a lot of regret in the fact that she maybe didn't communicate with her family as much as she wanted to, but also through the letters, you start to understand that she had a lot of success in happiness while she was in New York. And also occasionally her own independent sense of melancholy that is reflected in the letters that she is sending back to her family. But it's all about the unchanging world around you as your mental state and your relationships change drastically.
Yeah.
And that is powerful.
Very much so. Very much so. I agree with everything you said there, Jay. And then we talk about this beautiful documentary. It's like 20, almost 20 years later, it seems like less than that.
Well, this is one thing I want to dig into if we
Is
can.
is then when we get to A Couch in New York, but there's an ocean of films.
Well, I was going to say, not even before we even get to A Couch in New York, I just want to talk about Chantal Akerman's legacy.
Yeah.
More or less, her legacy was defined before she turned 30. All of her canonical films were made before she was 30 years old.
They'd be doing retrospectives at America Cinematheque for her right now.
The
That-
Criterion
like Timothy
Chantal
Chalamet.
Akerman box set
Yeah.
is it ends in 78, I believe.
Hmm.
She was 28 years old.
Yeah.
And those are the movies that people will remember her for. And you read interviews with her later in life, and she's like, I just never figured out how to make anything better than the stuff I made in the 70s. And it's sad, but it's real. And people ignore all of the other work, and we are doing no better by essentially ignoring all the other work. But she made how many movies? After Le Rendezvous d'Anna, 9 more movies, 9 more feature films, and then a bunch of other documentaries too,
Hmm.
and a lot of sort of autobiographical documentaries.
Yes.
And we are not doing her entirely justice with the way that we're doing this series, but the reality of Chantal Akerman's career is that these are the movies that people want to hear about.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And I need to dig further into her filmography and watch all of her stuff because I think it is so potent and so powerful. And between the years of
I feel like, okay.
Le Rendezvous
yeah.
d'Anna and A Couch in New York, I mean, if you watch those movies back to back and you were like, hey, these two movies have a connection, you would say, well, I mean, they speak French a little bit in both, but there's no way that anyone who worked on the first one worked on the second one, right?
Yeah.
Same director. Same
Same
director.
person. I think this, Jay, is that when Ackerman's been is being slowly reassessed, and this might be a chance where we do revisit down the road, because it feels like you said, like Criterion themselves, when they've done Agnes Varda, when they've done other filmmakers before, they've done their whole filmography. With her, they specifically did this. They specifically just really highlighted her stuff in the late
Did
60s
pretty
to
much
the
all of
70s.
Wong Kar-wai. They did pretty much, all of Bergman.
All of Bergman. And, they've done most of, like, when they did the Wes Anderson one recently, they did most of him. So,
Everything up until the movie that had, like, just come out.
Yeah. And so I agree with you. I think that, we're doing her a bit of injustice by not covering everything. But at the same time, she her own self, I did read that this week of that, her stating, like, I never got back to that. I never got back to that moment.
When she was 25.
Which is in 25. Like, it's insane.
Crazy.
It's like when, like, it's almost like it's almost like an Olympian. You know what I mean? Like,
that's really the only thing you can compare
like
to.
A gymnast.
Gymnasts have to retire at 24 because their bodies aren't as plastic. They can't spin
I'll tell you
around
one
as much.
that I did think of when I was thinking of her. Now, obviously, I'm not making this is a giant comparison. But it is kind of, she had an introspective, the way that, like, how there's this great band called the Beatles, and they made all
the
this
Beatles.
music.
Yeah, they made a bunch of music. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, Jay, they made all that in 7 years. and people are like, people never, you would think that they were like 20 years, right? 10, 20 years making this music. And, they were young and they came up together and everything. But 7 years, all that music, most influential band maybe ever, right? Right up there as one of them.
Yeah.
And they did it in 7 years. And some people would argue they never hit those. I mean, they've hit highs, but not those highs. You know what I mean? Those are the highest marks of one's career. Like, they made.
But the difference is
the difference is they went on and they did individual things.
The Beatles
is an individual.
The Beatles they broke up. The Beatles didn't exist anymore. Chantal Akerman kept making movies until she died.
No, for sure. And they made great works after, is what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's not the same comparison. But that is that feeling of, if they ever did have that moment, or if an artist ever did have that moment, it's like I made all these great albums. I made all these great films. I wrote all these great books. And it was in this time, and I've never been able to get back to that. The other
And it's
person,
not like she had nothing. She had a couple
it's
movies.
like Robert Zemeckis.
Portrait of a Young Girl at the end of the 60s in Brussels. Can't believe that didn't make $100 million with
Yeah.
that title. That was 94. The Captive was a reasonably important film in 2000, but it just wasn't anywhere close.
No, it wasn't. And that's where the history, it's almost like the other thing was like, I was thinking, well, was Kieslowski when we did that, 4 film run of like history remembers this run and they will remember these movies and they put this man on a pedestal as so influential, but he didn't get to fully tap everything into his bucket. This is different because she continues and she's not able to find it again. Not to that same extent. And maybe
Altman was like sort of on that pace, and then he came back in the 90s.
the 90s with Altman is he's got great stuff. And
great.
even his stuff in the 2000s that we had left with him was, Gosford and even A Prairie Home Companion. There's some interesting stuff in all those films. But yeah, his 80s run was bad. And sort of everybody had that. And some people survived it and some people did. I mean, we talked about Freakin', he almost didn't survive it. To some people, he wouldn't have, like survived past the 70s or past To Live and Die in LA, So it's very interesting, to see, though, that when we talk about Chantal Akerman, and really when cinephiles talk about her, they're talking about this condensed time. And they kind of ignore everything else. And maybe maybe Jay, there's also the other thing, right? I was like, maybe there's a reason why we ignore it. You know what I mean? And, if we sort of explore it in our own time, maybe, we'll see that artists slowly slip away, but it's so experimental and it's so influential. And I know you wanted to talk about like who you think her work has influenced because you see it in modern cinema. It's hard not to see it with patient cinema. It's, you were reminding me during, I think it was Jean Dillman or maybe it was off camera, but like the way that the camera is very still and the way it's positioned in that film, even though you're not a big fan of the Zone of Interest, it reminded you of the way that certain sections of that film is shot.
That's a movie I think about a lot, and I think I might really like.
I think
I'm wrong about that movie.
I think you are. But like her influences are seen throughout.
News from Home is 52 on Sight and Sound. That's
it's
crazy.
52.
Yeah.
Is that her second highest film?
Yeah, she has obviously Jean Dielman 1, News from Home 2, and J'ai tout il elle is 225. Those are her 3.
Okay. All right.
52 though.
That's not bad.
It's right ahead of Blade Runner and The Apartment.
Can I ask you something quickly about Blade Runner
and Casablanca?
Jesus Christ.
And Goodfellas.
Good Lord. When was the last time you watched Blade Runner?
Are you about to say you don't like Blade Runner?
No, I love Blade Runner. You know that. Stop it.
I watched it for when we did our Villeneuve series and watched.
Okay, so a couple of years ago. Not a film you would say you'd watch with the family, right?
No,
right? No, not at all. So, did I tell you the story of watching Blade Runner?
I think you did say that you picked it for like family movie night or something.
I didn't pick it.
Okay.
So we all put movies in a hat, and we all picked one.
News from Home is 15 spots ahead of The Red Shoes. I mean, I just like spoke very lovingly about News from Home.
And now you're getting mad. Stop looking at the list.
Yeah, a little bit.
Stop looking at the list. Listen to me. I'm talking.
Yep.
Thank you. Is that we all went around the room, and the last name, the last film left is the one. We slowly eliminate one as we go.
Yeah.
And the last film that was left, and my sister-in-law's boyfriend picked Blade Runner because we said action film.
Oh, that's who did it. Yep.
And he had never seen it, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, "Wow," because we had watched Spider-Man, the first one, Raimi film, right? The
Blade Runner is
or not? No, we didn't watch that one. We watched The Parent Trap, and then it was Blade Runner, And it was like, guys, I don't think you understand what you're getting into. I'm watching the film. And it was the final cut or the
You
extended cut.
hear Blade Runner robot sci-fi, and it's like, oh, okay, so like Indiana Jones, but with robots? No, no, no.
No, no, no. Uh, they all hated it, as probably rightfully should. Halfway through, they were like, I don't understand any of this, and I'm like, great. This
Well, it's
is
because they got rid of the narration.
yeah, like, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, and my wife was like, "Do you think the narration would have helped?" I said, "For these people, absolutely,
Maybe, but
1000%.
I will never watch that
I will
version.
never watch that." But I told her, I said, I would not be here though if that was playing. Um, very funny. So they recently here at our local, like, place where they play all the Broadway theaters, local theater here in town, where they do all the Broadway plays and stuff. They did a live orchestra playing of the score with Blade Runner.
Great score.
I thought, man, dude, that would have been so good to watch. But that crowd would have either really loved it or really hated it. I kind of feel. But I guess if you're going to a Blade Runner
If
concert,
you're going there,
want a
you
lifestyle.
probably know it already.
There's no way that thing sold out though, right? Unless a lot of nerds went. Is that a nerd movie?
Where was it?
San Antonio, where I live.
I don't know. It probably sold out. I
Yeah,
don't know. Or like you said, you travel all the time.
yeah.
There are some. I'm shocked that some of these movies aren't in the top 100.
Like, what are you shocked? What are some films?
Chinatown.
Throw 'em. You're shocked that's in the top 100?
No, that it's not in the top
Oh,
100.
okay. I thought you said you're shocked. I'm like,
Lawrence of Arabia.
that's fucking insane. Lawrence of Arabia's not in the top 100?
No.
That should easily be in the top.
Nashville. Wizard of Oz. Jaws. Godfather Part 2.
Is this when, do you think, with the sight and sound list,
Mm-hmm.
that people didn't put movies like that because they either thought that they were going to get on or we got to make it a cool list?
I do feel like there was a little bit of sticking their nose up at stuff that has been considered
Like a little bit of
canonical for
like the
50
AFI
years.
list and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
But
still-
I mean, still, Vertigo was 2 and Citizen Kane was 3. Those sustained.
Yeah.
But you also have, In the Mood for Love is 5. Mulholland Drive is 8. Butcherfly is 7. That's definitely not stuff that would have happened 10 years earlier. It's interesting.
It is interesting. I
Portrait of a Lady on Fire at 30. I think that movie is a masterpiece. That's crazy.
it's a little like, who did you ask to do
One
this
spot
list?
ahead of Psycho.
Come on. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, all right, we're not talking about this. We
Give me the
already
list.
delegitimized the sight and sound list on the Jean Dielman episode.
You just love a good chance to talk about that stupid list because it makes you
it's
mad.
very interesting. It was funny that on the episode about Jean Dielman, our guest Megan, who's awesome, was just like,
Morgan.
those lists are Morgan. Those lists are stupid.
Yes, they
So
Megan's my wife. That's why you confused her.
I know. She was just on mic
Megan,
not
Megan,
too long
Morgan,
ago before the
Morgan,
episode.
Megan, Yes, my wife walked into the room with our cat, and Jay was like, "What's going on in here?" And I'm like, "Welcome to my world, buddy." A Couch in New York. Skip ahead in life.
1996. The year was 1996.
96. And William Hurt was all the rage.
I guess.
He really was.
I know he was big.
He was big. And Julia Binoche she was about to be big.
She looks just luminous in this movie.
Jay, I'm going to say it. That's an important person.
Well, yeah. I mean, we talked about her not too long ago.
Who's like, can I ask you an update on the important person list?
You're saying like, are we going Mount Rushmore of important people?
I think so. I think we've got to like solidify who's in the top spots.
I think I have my all-time number one.
Oh, your all-time number one.
Yeah.
Because here's why I bring this up.
Okay.
We've really been in like the Rachel McAdams appreciation period because
Yeah.
Send Help's come out,
Send Help just came out.
and you
Important
know,
person.
and she is. I think everybody loves her. I watched
Hmm.
this clip on Graham Norton where like Chris Hemsworth was praising her, and then
She's
Halle
so
Berry.
charming too.
Who
Man,
doesn't? Who
she's
doesn't
great in
like
an
Rachel
interview. Yeah.
McAdams?
That
You
was
know,
her first movie since Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
but she's incredible in that movie.
She's amazing.
She's
Should have been
so. She should have
nominated.
won.
Should have won.
Sorry, Divine Joy Randolph. She should have won. There's something about that performance. It was so good. That scene where she's painting and then she just sees the bird. That's very Chantal Akerman, by the way. Just seeing
Divine
her.
Joy Randolph is good though.
She's very good. She was great
You
in
know what she
Entity.
was great in?
Entity. Or Eternity. Sorry.
Eternity. Yeah.
Eternity.
Yes.
Why did I
Yes.
say
Yes.
Entity? Eternity. That's a
You're thinking
very
about
good
Mission
movie.
Impossible. The
Mission
Entity.
Impossible. Oh, I was thinking about. All right, buddy. I see what you're doing here tonight. All right, you're cracking wise. That's really good. No, but what were you gonna say? Sorry, before I cut you off.
All-time important person.
Yes, yeah, we got to do that. I think we got to update the list.
I want yours first. Give me your all-time.
Oh man, I haven't thought about this. You're putting me on the spot. Now I gotta.
Okay, well, I'll do mine. I'll just say my number one all-time. It's Penelope Cruz.
Wow.
It just is.
Penelope Cruz, huh?
Yeah.
She moved in. She moved into the top spot.
I think she's been the top spot for a while.
Well, I thought Amy Adams was always like number one.
No. That was like in the moment.
Oh, that was like in the moment. Who's your in
Yeah.
the moment person right now?
Rebecca Ferguson still. She's had the belt for a couple
Even with
years
Mercy?
now. Especially with Mercy. She's only moving up the list.
Well, like Dua Lipa's always got a place in my heart. That's
I mean,
Day and night.
absolutely an important person.
absolutely 1000% important person. Sabrina Carpenter's moved up the list.
But she's with the Muppets now. I mean,
Uh,
that
somebody
definitely
with-
put her up the charts with me.
Well, somebody with a personality really does help. You know?
Oh yeah, she's great.
Yeah. So, and then
I am to the point now where it is like she is a good almost 10 years younger than me.
yeah,
And I gotta start pumping the brakes a little bit.
yeah. Oh,
But
oh, as because you don't want to look creepy.
I'm just getting old.
You're,
I don't know. She's
I
8
don't
years
know.
younger than me. Her birthday is one day after mine.
well, there you go. You have something to talk about.
Our my Taurus queen.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be one of those people because I met him and he's super nice.
She is 5'0".
Jay, Lordy's on my
Pretty short.
list.
She's like Kermit height.
Yeah, she's tall. She's short, and my next one is very tall. I'd go a Lordy.
Lordy is he's a handsome man.
He's incredibly nice. I met him. He's super nice. But you know who's like climbing up there? Because maybe she's not on my list, but she is an important person. We have to acknowledge today. Tiana Taylor's got to be on the list.
Tiana Taylor has been working it
Working that red
on
carpets.
the awards.
Did you see her at the Grammys?
Yeah, insane.
It defies words to describe it. It's insane.
She had to be doing like sit-ups before that show. I
Well,
mean,
she
it
had
was
to be.
out of control.
She had to do something because they just burying her in cloth in the rip. You know, what I mean, she just looks nothing like that. On that
I
movie.
gotta say, she wasn't given a ton to do in the rip.
I don't think anyone outside of the two main leads were given
Yeah.
anything to do in that movie.
Fair enough.
Solid movie though. Solid B.
Well, actually, Ryan, I take it all back. I can't remember her name.
you talking? Who are you talking?
The bookshop girl. Never forget.
From the
Bookshop
Big
girl in The
Sleep.
Big Sleep.
You need to look her up.
I gotta look it up.
You got to look it up. This is an all-time classic.
She is, in fact, the best-looking person who has ever lived.
Oh
and
my
her
God.
name is.
Did you find it?
No, I can't find it.
Oh my God. Dorothy Malone.
Dorothy Malone.
Academy Award winning Dorothy Malone.
Yep. Haven't seen whatever movie she won an Oscar for,
She
but
won for Written on the Wind. Best Supporting Actress is a Douglas Sirk film,
I mean, obviously.
obviously, as one does.
I'm looking her up in the big sleep again right now.
Um, my God,
Just like out of control.
yeah.
That is the sexiest scene in movie history.
Which one? Oh, where he's just asking like, "Hey, where are these? Where's the books?"
Yeah, he's like, "Where's the books?" And she's like, "I don't know what books you're talking about. Why don't you? I got a book for you, big boy." I'm
Really?
pretty sure that's how that scene goes.
I don't think that's how any of that works. To be fair, but but
I mean, am I wrong?
I mean, I thought she was very pretty, very pretty. She's not in my list, but
Nobody's perfect.
nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. You know who I think is
Oh, Jennifer Connelly as well.
oh my God, Jennifer Connelly. You know who else has climbed up the list?
Hmm.
Well, one, Michael B. Jordan's on the list.
Michael B.
He's
Oh, Maggie Chung as well.
whoa. Renata Rensva. I met her and
It
at
is crazy
CCA.
when you meet people who are
And
very pretty on screen, and you're
yeah,
just like, "Oh, you're like a different species. This is different than seeing a
she
a
was
normal pretty person."
she was gorgeous. I was like, "Oh, so you don't just play like this sad person in a really good movie. You also are like one of the most beautiful people on the
Oh
planet."
wait, so they're trying to make you look not as attractive and you still look hot as hell?
And
That's
they're
interesting.
succeeding, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, but Juliette Binoche is up there. I think Selma Hayek is always just going to be beautiful. I think
Hmm.
that's just a given. Um, yeah. So there's a lot. Audrey Arjona, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, she's
She's
on a
the
heater.
she's the number one for me. I know she's on Sophia's as well. Sophia, literally, one of the funniest things I ever saw was Sophia's reaction of seeing her at Cannes, being like, "Wow, that's a beautiful woman."
Whoa.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Hmm.
So you know, who's a very handsome person, important person? Is that Tom Blythe? He's really climbing up the charts.
Yeah.
I watched that movie on Netflix, the one with him and the girl. It's like the dating movie. It's like the romantic comedy of the time, like the flavor of the month. You know what I'm
Is
talking
that the
about?
people we meet on vacation?
Yeah, I watched that one. I
What
thought the
about
movie
Eve from Wally?
enough. We're talking about A Couch in New York. Uh, Jay, you had not seen this film.
Had not seen it. It's almost impossible to see.
Yes.
Oh, Anne Hathaway.
Oh, Anne Hathaway. Oh, Jay. Speaking of New York,
Mm-hmm.
Devil Wears Prada 2
Where's
trailer.
Prada 2?
Yeah.
My wife has already told me find a hotel. We're having a staycation for the opening weekend of Devil Wears Prada 2 or the
A
press screening.
staycation.
We will see.
Wow. She's going deep. She's into it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to
Laura
fly.
Dern.
Kind of want to fly down and watch that with you guys. That would be
No, that's going to be a very intimate experience.
yeah, her in the movie and you're not there.
Correct.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to watch. She just wants to get in the room and watch it. She doesn't give a damn that if you're even within 100 yards of that movie theater.
Correct.
Um, is she nervous?
She had a little bit of trepidation at the trailer. I must confess.
Did you? I hope that that's not like just the recurring joke the entire time that Miranda doesn't remember anything from the first film. Like,
That was what she had a problem with. Yeah.
she's like, "Are we really going to do this?"
Why doesn't she remember anything? Maybe it'll be an Alzheimer's drama.
Oh my God! Please don't.
What if it's still Alice?
Still, still Miranda.
Is that what it's called? Still Alice?
Yeah, still Alice. Yeah,
Never
the
saw it. Is it
Julianne
any
movie.
good?
It's actually good.
Hmm.
You know, like, you should give it a
I can't
shot.
believe Sabrina Carpenter is 5'0".
How tall's your wife?
5'2".
Yeah, she's 5'6".
Towers over Sabrina.
Yeah, she's that's like Victor Wembanyama to her. Um, no, yeah, she's tiny,
She's small.
but she's absolutely fantastic.
She's great.
She's great.
What did I say her name was that one time?
Nicolette Johnson.
Yep. Couldn't
Did you,
remember her name.
Jay? Thoughts on the chaperone dress at the Grammys that you texted me about? You have to get everybody to know your thoughts on that.
I
Real
mean, I
quick.
was just like, I didn't understand it. I didn't know
What
what
do you
I was
mean you didn't
looking at.
understand it? Like she had cloth and it was hanging on literally by a thread.
But
Her nipple
were
rings.
the rings going through the fabric,
Sure. Or were
or
the
were they
fabrics going
completely
through the rings?
superficial rings that were
I think they were.
not connected to her body at all?
I think they were connected to her body.
Okay, all right,
What do you think about that?
that's enough of that.
A
A
couch in New York.
in New York.
Yes, sir. Trying to get you there.
Yes,
English language film for Chantal Akerman.
mostly.
Two, yes, mostly two leads that were big at the time. Hurt was pretty a big name at the time.
Hurt was pretty big. His
He's
hairline was going in this movie. Though. It was hanging on by a thread.
and Binoche was. I mean, this is in 1996,
Looking unbelievable.
looking unbelievable. The Three Colors trilogy had already come out, and so she was about to win her Oscar.
Watch this in beautiful 480p on YouTube.
Did you? This is the same year as her Oscar in 96.
Oh, this is English Patient Year?
Yeah, so this is big year for her.
And this movie doesn't even have box office information, so it probably did pretty well.
It probably
There isn't
made-
even a Roger Ebert review of this movie.
No.
I tried to look that up. He didn't even review it.
Oh, he was too cool for it.
Slacking off.
Too cool. Anyway, thoughts on A Couch in New York?
It is a bizarre movie to watch after watching these other movies, is really kind of the beginning and end of it. It is not a bad romantic comedy. It's not a particularly good romantic comedy. I feel very little Ackerman imprint on it. I must be honest. There is certainly something in there about housework and how sort of the changing of their two lives ends with Juliette Binoche's character becoming more interested in cleaning, while William Hurt has always been obsessed with kind of keeping a tidy environment. It feels a little, it's very heightened for Chantal Akerman, obviously. I mean, if there's any sort of high emotion, it feels elevated for Chantal Akerman. But it is a movie. It has a chemistry problem, I think. The William Hurt and Juliette Binoche do not have particularly electric chemistry. She is incredibly charming. I think William Hurt is a little bit aloof in it. And I've never really, he's always, his whole thing that I thought worked was he was always kind of a golden retriever boy. And in this, he's aged out of golden retriever boy a little bit. And I don't find William Hurt intellectual as a particularly compelling screen presence. But it certainly has its charms. It's a good looking movie. I do think Binoche is very good when she's not on screen with William Hurt. And I don't know, it's totally okay. It is a perfectly okay movie that has hardly a hint of Chantal Akerman in it.
I thought this movie was actually kind of charming. And
It's charming-ish. It feels like Sleepless in Seattle.
it feels like you got mail in a lot of ways.
Pick your Efron.
Pick your Efron.
It feels more Efron than
The Nancy. Yeah.
Nancy to me. Yeah. It's got a little more bite to it.
Yeah. Um, Put the little James L. Brooks in there as well too.
Well, the William Hurt of it all.
Yeah, the William heard of it all.
Remember how good broadcast news is?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Is that the best Jimmy Brooks?
uh, yeah, probably. It's either that or what? Terms.
I do like terms a lot.
Terms is really good.
Spanglish.
How do you know?
I like As Good as It Gets well enough.
Yeah. You can have that one. You can have that one. I think it's broadcast news. That's it. That's like the number one.
There's actually not as many
It's not
great
as much as when you really
James L.
think
Brooks
about it.
movies as I thought there
When you
were.
really think about it, you're
But
like,
he made broadcast news in terms of endearment, so he is a legend.
yeah, it's a little
Broadcast
like,
news is a masterpiece of masterpieces.
yeah, that's one of the great ones. And
I
Terms of
have
Endearment is
said
fantastic.
on occasion that Holly Hunter in broadcast news is my favorite performance ever put on film.
But wouldn't that then make her a very important person in that
Holly
regard?
Hunter, absolutely an important person.
Okay, there you go.
I think she's probably like 5'0" too.
Yeah, she probably is. Um,
She
so
was married to Janusz Kaminski.
there you go. So
Does that mean that he would be the light? She would be the light of his life because he loves light.
are you done?
I'm just.
I want to smack you for saying
I guess
that.
I'm done. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I think this. I think that. I don't think that you're right.
Holly Hunter is 5'2".
So she's the height of your wife.
She's the height of my wife.
Congratulations. You
She's
found
also
your
from
replacement.
Georgia.
You know, in the last episode,
She is also a Taurus.
you know, in the last episode when I said, if your wife tragically left this world and you would need to find a replacement, I think we just found it. It would be Holly Hunter.
Holly Hunter.
There you
I'm
go.
down.
He's calling.
Count me in.
So there you go. I think that her and Binoche actually have play really well together in this film. And it takes a while for us to get them in this film, but I actually think they're pretty good. And I think the whole central idea of this whole thing is massively convoluted, um, overstretched. It's like an hour 44, right? Hour 50.
Yeah, pretty short movie.
Feels like it's being absolutely just stretched like taffy on this thing. I think him and his friend, like his friend that he has to like stay with while he's got the ruse going on. I actually think that they're really good together. I found and I want to get uh, is it Barbara Carrick who plays her friend in this? Oh, no,
Oh,
it's Stephanie Buttle who plays Anne, right?
Correct.
I found her to be one of the literal most annoying people I have watched in a film in a
Really?
long time.
I was kind of indifferent on her.
Just was like, please stop talking ever.
I do agree with you that Paul Guilfoyle as Dennis, his friend, is quite good.
So good.
I also
So
thought
good.
Richard Jenkins was bringing the heat.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, look, Dick Jenkins is an all-time guy for me. Like I love Richard Jenkins.
He was on an absolute roll in the
He
late
was.
2000s, early 2010s.
And then he just kind of like stopped.
Sort of.
He's kind of like, he hasn't been in really like anything significant in the last couple of years. I think he's on like I think he's done some TV stuff.
Is he doing TV?
He probably is. He really
Gosh
should.
darn it.
He really
He was
should.
in If. He played a character called Art Teacher.
What? Like, I'm confused by what you just said there. Which movie?
If, from visionary director John Krasinski.
Krasinski. Ah, yes. If. That was the last film he was in. Before that, it was Nightmare Alley
Can I
and
tell
The
you something?
Humans.
He hasn't really been on TV either.
So he's just kind of maybe
He
slowly
looks like he
retiring.
was Jeffrey Dahmer's dad in that show.
Yes.
The
So
one
it
with
looks like
Evan
he was.
Peters. He got some acclaim for that.
He got some. Yeah, he got a
Some
Emmy
Emmy
nomination.
noms.
He got 2 Emmy noms. It looks like. Yeah. Uh. Oh, he was a producer, I guess, on it too. Wow. All right. Good for him. Um. And he got a Globe nom too.
But he was on a run.
He's got a show called Criminal.
The
Have you seen
Visitor,
that though?
Step Brothers, Bird After Reading.
Shit. Did you ever see?
Like he's really good in Hall Pass, a terrible film.
He's wonderful in all of
He's good in The
Kittredge.
Cabin in the Woods.
He's wonderful
Oh, he's
in
good in Killing Them Softly. I forgot he was in.
all of Kittredge, which is on HBO at the time in 2014 with him and Frances McDormand. He's wonderful in that.
Bone
He's
Tomahawk, he's good in.
he's great in Spotlight on the phone. Like he really is. I'm not even joking. Like he's the guy that like talks to them on the phone.
He is great in The Shape of Water.
He is fantastic in that movie. He's the best thing about that movie easily.
Should I watch that movie again?
Which
I
one?
haven't
Shape of
watched that
Water?
movie since theaters.
Me either. Did you ever watch The Visitor with him?
I think I did like when it came out, and I barely remember it. I don't think I took it seriously enough.
You really should. It's absolutely phenomenal work from him. It's the best work of his career, easily. He's
Step
so
Brothers.
good. Well, it's Tom McCarthy who did Spotlight and
And
Win Win.
no, and
What?
Stillwater, baby.
Stillwater, which you like.
Love Stillwater.
I think he's got a new movie coming out. They just announced that he's working on something. So
It's so crazy that his follow-up to Spotlight was Timmy Failure. Mistakes were made.
hey, we all
I
need
think
to,
we reviewed that one.
we did. Because I was like, hey, it's a follow up to Spotlight. And you're like, shut up.
A
Get outta here.
direct to Disney Plus kids movie.
Yeah. But you know what? Well, he has one of the worst movies in anyone's filmography ever.
The Cobb.
The Cobb. We're talking about The Cobbler. But The Station Agent's a wonderful film. And I think Spotlight's fantastic.
Wait, he's credited on the screenplay for Up,
Yeah.
for which he got an Academy Award nomination.
Yeah, he's part of the story team behind that.
Let me tell you, Jet is really into Up these days.
Is that making you mad? Because you're not an Up guy.
There is no denying that the first 30 minutes of that movie are incredibly good.
Okay.
Fortunately for me, 3-year-olds lose interest after about 30 minutes. So
that helps
now
you.
I'm like, is this movie great? But then occasionally we'll get to the part with the dogs on the when they get to South America, and that's when it really goes downhill.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I rewatched recently, man.
You know I'm not a doctor guy though.
Man, we rewatched Inside Out.
Yeah.
That movie's bad. I've come around to it. I've always kind of been a little.
You're finally on my side on this
It's not
thing.
my favorite. Now I am straight up like, this movie is not good. This is not an effective film.
No.
There are parts of it that are very effective.
You know what I say, and
Bing
you
Bong still hits.
you got mad at me when I said it when I was in Atlanta because your son was playing The Good Dinosaur. I think The Good Dinosaur is better than Inside Out.
I think they're like the same.
I think one's better than the other. I can't tell you why.
I'm gonna just be completely indifferent on
Listen,
on those.
I'm out on The Doctor. The Doctor's out. You know what I
Monsters
mean?
ain't great though.
That's the only great thing he's ever done, and that movie is phenomenal.
Movie's great.
But I can't forgive him for. I think Soul's terrible. Soul's pretty bad.
I didn't think Soul was very good. No,
No, that's so overhyped. Like, people are
he's
just like,
so obsessed with like blobby hierarchies.
he's very much I've got a big gimmick, but I don't know how to land it. And he's the one running things now. It's his mind.
Yeah. Well, they're doing great. They
Oh,
can't
Pixar?
miss. Yeah.
Oh, those guys? Oh, they're doing wonderful.
They got Hoppers coming out soon. That'll be great.
I mean, they got Toy Story 5. It'll make $2 billion.
That'll make $1 billion. And then they got Hoppers.
It looks cute. I will say
No, it
that.
looks bad.
But
It's Avatar with groundhogs.
it shouldn't. But the thing is, it's like this is like a Disney animated studios kind of film, not a Pixar film.
It does feel that
You
way,
know?
but there's no difference anymore. Elio?
No, there's none. No, Elio is no different than. No different than Encanto, which is not what you would think. Oh, is that Pixar? No, that was Disney.
And Kento's not even that good.
You're really coming in with the hot takes today.
I don't even think people think that movie's that good, do they?
I think people have to think that it's good because their kids play the damn Bruno song all the time.
No.
It's an
There's
okay
a lot
film.
of bad music in that song.
And
Or in that movie, rather.
yeah. How about A Couch in New York? You want to talk about that?
Under the Surface. Lin-Manuel Miranda, get out of here, man. Come on.
I think if you just gave him an Oscar, like if you gave Diane Warren a competitive one, I think they would go away. I think they would stop.
Did you ever see
You
Wish?
really do not want to talk about this movie today, do you?
Did you ever
really-
see Wish?
Which one's Wish?
It's the one about the origin of the
Oh,
star.
that's right. Like that was a movie, right? That existed. Yeah, I remember them trying to like get me to watch that thing, and I couldn't find the
There have
story.
been some bad movies that Disney has released in the last 10 years. I think that might be the worst one.
Wait, is Wish worse than the live action Beauty and the Beast?
I'm talking about animated.
Oh, okay.
It's probably on par.
I think Jungle Cruise is literally the worst, one of the worst things I've seen.
I didn't.
I know
totally
you.
hate
I
that
know,
movie.
and I get so mad at you because you know that movie's bad. You know it is. I know you know it is, and you.
I mean,
do
I know
this.
it's bad.
It's terrible.
I don't find it irredeemable.
It's just ugh.
That's Jean Colette Serra, right? Isn't that who directed that?
Sure. I'll give you that one.
He
I
can
don't.
direct.
Who's that guy? What does he do? What does he do?
Did a bunch of stuff. He did like that Carry On movie that was decent.
I never watched that.
Decent movie. He did like he was in the Liam Neeson camp for a while. He did Unknown, Nonstop, The Shallows.
And he did Jungle Cruise.
He did Jungle Cruise, and then he did Black Adam, which we love. And then last year he did The Woman in the Yard,
I've heard. I never
which
watched
I
that.
did not see.
I heard everybody either really liked it or thought it was
And then
terrible.
this year he's got Cliffhanger remake,
Oh.
which honestly, I'm in.
Who's in it?
Lily James.
Talk about somebody that. What is her career?
You want to do Lily James real quick?
I want you to talk about A Couch in New York.
All right,
I want you
Lily
to actually
James,
talk about this. No, I want you to actually
obviously
talk
she
about
kind
the
of
movie that
broke
we're
through
here.
with Cinderella.
God damn it! Why are you doing this? We're gonna get in so much trouble for not.
She's
talking
good
about
in
this
Baby
movie. We should really
Driver.
talk about it. She is really good. Jay, A Couch in New
Oh
York.
yeah, she was in Rebecca. Man, did you watch that one? The Ben Wheatley Rebecca.
It's truly one of the worst remakes I've seen in a long time.
Oh, she was in The Dig. You know I like
You're
The
a
Dig.
fit like faux Malik.
Of course, Iron Claw. One of my faves.
She's good in that film.
She is good. Everyone's good in that movie because it's a great movie.
It's good to the last 10 minutes. I think the stuff with the two boys really ruined it.
Wait, the like heaven sequence?
No, not the not the
when
sequence
she
with the
says,
brothers.
I used to be a brother, will be your brothers. Oh my God, you are soulless.
Yeah, I think that's the corniest thing I've ever seen, and I wish it was taken out.
Oh my God.
I wish
that
he was
actually hurt my feelings.
I wish he cut that scene, cut that line of dialogue out,
Ugh.
and just he saw his two sons there, no dialogue, music plays, he starts
That's how
crying,
kids
his sons
talk.
go to him. Well, you know what? That's not. They may talk like that in real life, but guess what? I don't want to hear it in a fucking movie. It's not effective. I can see him cry and this kid
made
come
me
to him.
bawl my eyes out.
Yeah.
Lily James, Pierce Brosnan, Nell Tiger Free, who I'm a big fan of
Mm.
from First Omen,
Oh, okay.
and Franz Rogowski,
Wait, what is this for?
Cliffhanger.
Franz Rogowski, the Passages and Great Freedom guy,
That one.
one of my favorite actors right now. Period.
He's in Cliffhanger.
Sign me up. Let's go. When do we get that movie?
There we go.
When do we get that movie?
What do you think of this movie?
Yeah,
Not-
because
not-
you interrupted my thoughts.
Yeah.
I think it's charming. I think they're both very good together. I think that One side character, shit. The other one, really fun. Um, there's n- the first. This is Tale of Two Halves. Jay, I think the first half when they do just kind of like the swap is like her version of it is almost like a. You remember that Disney Channel original movie, the Blank Check or whatever, where it's like the little kid.
That was not a Disney Channel original movie, but if you're referring to the film Blank Check, yes, I'm
Was
familiar.
that a Disney movie?
It might have been Disney, but it wasn't a DCOM.
Okay. Well, you know what I mean. Like that movie. That's what it kind of felt like her sequences were, where she just like plays doctor, and then his sequences felt like honestly felt like continuing like Kiss of a Spider
Blank
Woman.
Check was a Walt Disney Pictures film
Thank you very
distributed
much.
by Buena
Buena
Vista.
Vista. And like so, there's like this weird thing where he's just like, I just kind of miss home, and he wants to go home, and hears about this impersonation of him,
Hmm.
and she's doing a terrible job. Richard Jenkins comes in and really kind of nails his couple of scenes. The second half of the film just becomes, are these two going to fall in love? Which is very conventional, but I kind of dug it. I kind of dug that because I know that, because here's why.
The
I,
therapy scenes are really interesting.
I actually
Those kind
think
of feel Ackerman-ish.
they do. That's where I was going to say she's there, is in this, the patience of in those scenes between the two of them. I think also,
When all they say to each other is yes for like
yes.
3 minutes.
Yeah, and then so I think that that's really great. I think that Hurt's really good. I think in this movie, like he's just like he had this ability. I don't know, to like this guy's got to go through this ridiculous premise of keeping up this lie because he's so interested in this girl. He's so fascinated both as a doctor and then also like slowly falling in love with her. Not a lot of actors could really pull it off. I was kind of watching William Hurt weirdly, and I was thinking of like Ryan Gosling has like the comedic sensibilities of this guy here in a rom com of
This
like,
movie is not funny
but
at
it's not.
all.
No, it's not. But it is very. But it's just very. It's just very sweet. Like the whole thing's just very sweet. Like you know where it's gonna go. It's very painted by numbers. This is a very Sunday matinee film. That's what this is. This is Sunday matinee, 1:30 in the afternoon. You paid your little, like a couple bucks, and you went and saw this thing. If you saw this thing, if you were able to, and nobody got hurt. Nobody was offended by this.
That's
And
exactly what it is. It is the ultimate 3 star.
yeah, that's what I gave it. And
Three
I sat there and I
stars.
went,
I'm with you.
it's
3 stars.
40% on Rotten Tomatoes. I was sitting there and go, that's a little rough. I've seen
This
worse
was
films than
also a
this.
time when
You
Rotten
could get
Tomatoes,
away with these movies.
don't get me
I
started on
know, I
Rotten
know,
Tomato scores now. Everything gets a 90 on Rotten Tomatoes now.
I know, but I'm just saying, you know, it's 40% there now. But I wouldn't say that this is a 40% film. I think it's, I think it's good. Like it's like I didn't have a bad time watching this, but I do, in the context of the series, go, man, she really lost the sauce. But by
I
this
mean,
point,
it's unbelievable that this was made by the
same
director of
person.
the other movies that we've covered.
We talked about, John Dillman, and you're like, wait a minute, this person
But this
made
was
that?
this A Couch in New York was made shortly after her father passed away.
Mm.
So I think she was in a little bit of a more sentimental place, and also a place where her father sort of rejected this idea of her being an artist because she wasn't making any money. So it feels like she was maybe trying to be a little more commercial out of this like perceived obligation. I don't know. There's some weird background to this movie,
Mm.
but either way, it's completely out of sync with everything else we've covered.
It really is. It's such a bizarre film. I thought it would be fun. I thought the
Not a
dog.
very funny filmmaker, Chantal Akerman. She's got
No,
some kind of sardonic wit to her, but not a Nora Ephron, not a Nancy Myers.
I think the movie just like it has to observationally, like organically find itself to be funny. I don't
But
think the
also
movie
William
is
Hurt's
funny.
not Tom Hanks, you know.
No, but I think he's. he's doing his best in it, and I think she's just electric. By the way, she
She's
gives this movie light,
she is a light in the darkness. She is just
and I think he does,
made to be in movies.
and I think he's very a very good actor, very good
He's good. I
presence.
like him in a lot of things. I talked a few weeks ago about History of Violence.
Yeah, and
He's
he's
phenomenal in that.
incredible in that, in just like a scene and a half. And I just think they're the only two like real actors, movie stars, whatever. And there's a little bit of goofiness within him, but it's mostly just in pauses or his facial expressions. There's not a lot of comedy here. It does feel like at a certain point, like it again, it's getting too stretched out for its own good. But I'm not mad by the end of it. And but then the one cardinal sin that it does do is like by the end when they do kind of embrace one another and they're like, "Oh, I love you."
There's no, it
I don't
does
believe
not,
a
it does not
damn
hit.
minute.
No,
That's when it falls
no,
apart. That's when it's like, "Oh,
it's not when Harry
I don't
met
buy this."
Sally. It's not.
Yeah, and
Something's got to
that's a real
give.
shame
That's yeah,
because they kind of built for me, Jay. And I know you're going to be different, but for me, the buildup was actually pretty good. And then it got to that scene, and actually that scene where they're on opposite sides of the thing there, I was like, oh, that's actually kind of
the
that's,
buildup is kind of good in a
silly.
unique way.
Yeah,
It's not a meet cute way. It's a I'm trying to pick your brain way.
it's kind of an interesting way of getting to the final place
It
that
is
we end
kind
up
of
at the
Sleepless
end.
in Seattle, which is sort of lying to
Get what?
get
Yeah,
somebody to fall in love with you.
yeah, a little bit. But then by the end, that's that final minute right there where I'm like, why did I just like go on this whole journey? I thought that these two were meant to be together, and then I'm seeing them now together, and I'm not feeling anything. So
Yeah.
doesn't that make it a whole hollow exercise? I don't know. I didn't hate the experience. I thought, so that's why I was like, yeah, 3 stars. Because that's where like it belongs. But I didn't hate
This
myself
movie is
watching it.
better when it's more dramatic, not when it's
Silly.
quite as sentimental, not when it's trying to be funny. The one really interesting part I thought was the back-to-back sequences where her friend is eating eggs and she's like, "Ooh, disgusting. This makes my stomach turn." And then
Mm.
immediately after that, we go to a restaurant where William Hurt says, "I can't eat this chowder this early in the morning. It's making my stomach turn," which felt like this again, sort of cosmic
Connection.
magnetism, kind of
Yeah.
bringing the two of them together. I thought that was really interesting. It wasn't really built upon it all, but it was an interesting thing to put in this movie. That's kind of the weird. I guess if you really kind of dig in, you can start to see a couple elements of Ackerman weirdness in it. But for the most part, it does feel kind of like a programmer, just sort of a pretty straightforward, totally decent, not very funny rom-com. But it's good. It's a decent enough time.
It is. It is a decent enough time. I mean, like, I didn't have a bad time watching this thing. You know what I
No, I
mean?
didn't either.
Um, but, but also, like, I don't know. There's just something
There's
about,
nothing
like,
special about it.
no, there's nothing special about it. Like, you can understand why, Jade, it's become kind of like a movie that doesn't exist.
It
Like,
truly does not exist. You cannot find it anywhere. I think it used to be on Mubi, but it has been taken off
yeah.
because those rights were too expensive.
Well, Studio Canal had it as well too, and it looks like they just gave it up as well. We had to watch it on YouTube. The
YouTube,
you and I did,
it's up there
and
for free if you want to watch it.
if you
Or
want
you
to
can
watch
get
it,
the
it's
secondhand DVD. It costs like $60.
you paid the $60, yes, to watch the film.
This was a YouTuber.
Um, but no, I mean, like it's kind of a bummer way to a little bit in some ways. I thought it would be more of an interesting experiment to watch towards the end of this series, but it's actually more of a bummer than anything else, really. Um, but how did you feel about the overall experience of doing this series?
It's been revelatory. It is. I'm really grateful that I was able to watch these films and then talk about them.
Mm.
They're really hard movies to just sit with by yourself.
Well, you're
Talking
welcome.
through them has been extremely valuable. I think I've liked every movie except maybe this one, that we've talked about more after having the conversation about them. Because even obviously hearing people's thoughts about them will give you a greater appreciation because of what they meant to them, but also it unlocks something. It has unlocked something in me that I didn't even realize I was thinking about as I was watching it that I found very valuable. I think I've bumped up honestly every movie a half a star from when I originally logged it on Letterboxd after talking about it because there are so many layers to them. I don't know if watching a lot of her films in a condensed manner is the appropriate way to watch her films. I think you kind of need to sit with them and spread them out a little bit. But regardless, it was a very enriching experience. This is one of the main reasons I love this podcast is because I get to expose myself to stuff that I've never seen before and be able to talk about very complex works of art with other people in a way that enriches my relationship with them and unlocks things that I wasn't conscious of after while watching the movie or in the immediate aftermath of watching the movie. I think Jean Dielman is an absolute stone cold masterpiece, and there are other films that I have really loved watching, um, including pretty much everything in that Criterion box set. I think is worth watching, and I want to go back and watch some of the newer stuff. It is such an odd career because she has, I won't say been erased. Her career hasn't been erased after she turned 30, but all of her canonical works were made before she turned 30 years old, which I don't think there's any filmmaker that you can find where that is true. That she had three or four canonical films before she was 30 years old, and then really none after that. But I'm sure there are some great films that just aren't given the appreciation that they deserve later in her career, and I look forward to watching those over the next few years.
Yeah. I I thought this was kind of like the feeling I had when we did Ozu. And it's
I almost said the same thing, Ryan.
and I truly think that even though with the small sample size of film that we watched, I mean, you watched everything in the box set. I was able to as well. Um, it made me want to go and explore more. Obviously, not the time for this show. We tried as much as we can. We got busy lives, got a lot going on right now. But that was a great kind of dip into the pool of this. And this is honestly an experiment. This was a series where these were all first time watches. It will be actually, Jay, beneficial to watch these down the road again and see,
Absolutely. I
you
said
know,
on the Jean Dielman episode, it should be illegal to talk about that movie after you've only seen it one
see it
time.
one time.
At
And
least on a podcast. You can talk
I
about
even,
it, at dinner.
I
But
even think, you know, the meanings of Anna that we talked about last week. That there's
mhm.
even more to dissect in that film, and yeah, and explore and see if there are other pieces like a lot of people say portrait of a girl at the end of the 60s in Brussels. That's or the captive. That's what a lot of people also say that is another film too.
No, there's other stuff that people say is
It's very
worthwhile.
good.
It's just sort
Yeah.
of hidden gems.
Yeah, and you have to go back and forth and see which ones are the ones. And the reason again to pick a Couch in New York, a movie that we haven't really not talked a lot about, but
Didn't know it existed
didn't know it existed. But it also
a
is
month
that
ago.
she does within her documentarian work have a lot of connection with this city. And so that's the other thing too, is to see her relationship as a filmmaker when she makes a true New York film, Jay. Like, when she makes a traditional New York film, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's sort of kind of devoid of of what you would think that she has, but then also, uh, you know, like you mentioned, she's at a different place in her life than when she made, News from Home. You know what I mean? And so your sensibilities as a director and as a person change over time. Much like I think our relationship will be like when we are watching these films again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this exercise also was a chance to watch the quote unquote greatest film of all time. And
100%. I mean, we
it was
there
an
is a very low chance we would have done this series if it wasn't number one on Sight and Sound,
maybe
right?
not, who knows.
It is that has it
But that really has helped it propel
exposed a
itself.
lot of people to the film,
No, it
and
really
that's
has.
good. That's the
And I'm
value of
glad we
that
did because that
list.
movie is
A
it's
masterpiece.
it's a masterpiece. It's incredible. I really want to watch that in the theater. Like I know that sounds crazy, but
That's a movie I'm
um
going to give myself 2 or 3 years on.
yeah. But then if they showed that in Atlanta at one of your local theaters, you would probably give it
I would,
a
even if it was tomorrow, I would go.
yeah,
If it
you would
was a
go
one,
because
if it was one night tomorrow, I'd be like, all right, I guess I got to go watch Jean Dielman again. It's a
yeah.
masterpiece.
But it's also one of those where it's like, it's kind of like that feels like that would be a theater in the theater experiment that
I
would be
mean,
very
being
fun to
held
just
captive by that movie is the way to watch it.
it's the way to watch it. It really is. And that's the thing. It's like
That is a movie that just completely goes against the idea of home media. It is a different thing.
it really is. And you watch these films, and I know you wanted to talk about this, but when you watch her films, you can just see
Oh yeah, yeah.
that even though she's only like the highlights of her career are defined within a decade, her lasting imprint and her influence is vast.
Hmm.
It's vast. I mean, I think we talked about it on John Dillman, but and I know we talked about it last week with Meanings of Anna, but like someone like Linklater, somebody like Wes Anderson,
For sure, the compositions
Coppola,
are very
yeah,
Anderson-esque. Sofia Coppola, Kelly Reichardt was
Kelly
one that I
Reichardt,
thought
yeah,
of.
no, sort of
I think Ramel Ross really capturing the minutia. I mean,
definitely
he's sort of
news from
Malick
home,
and
yeah.
Ackerman, sort of, which is
Well,
that's a
his
good company to
director,
be
I
in.
mean, Hell County this morning, this evening, just
What a
like
movie!
what an, I mean, one of the most incredible documentaries
I
of the
think
last
Joachim
10 years.
Trier is very much sort of
Yes,
a descendant of Ackerman.
very much so. I think that they share a longing and an understanding of his
Small
films,
moments.
yeah, having big impact.
Hmm.
You know, um, his films I think are a little bit. I mean, her films are a little bit more harder on herself, and I think that in ways, his films it's hard on his. Like especially after watching Sentimental Value, like that film is at times it's hard on his characters. You know what I mean? And but then there's something so lived in,
Hmm.
and humanistic
Well, they
about
feel
his
so
films.
personal.
Yeah, like location, like that house that John Dillman is in, very much like the house being a character and living in it within himself. They're using the camera to sort of like the window in sentimental value of like of
That
it being
opening
the
monologue about
eyes.
the house and sentimental value, I think, is maybe the best 5 minutes of anything in cinema in 2025. And then I liked the rest of that movie a little bit less. But
Yeah, it's incredible stuff. But no, you see her. And you understand that those, it wasn't just on Sight and Sound, it wasn't just critics. There's also, people like filmmakers and guests that are invited to participate. And so it doesn't shock me that this movie would be on there if filmmakers are a part of that conversation, because it feels like essential filmmaking, an essential like piece of art to explore,
Well,
especially if
it
you're
was
a
number
female
one on the
film.
critics list. I don't think it was number one on the directors
No,
list.
what was number one on the director's list?
Let me see. John Newman was fourth. Number one was 2001.
That makes sense.
Good pick.
What was two?
Citizen Kane, The Godfather, Jean Dielman, Tokyo Story.
Man, that Tokyo Story, I gotta tell you, that's one that's lingered.
Banger.
That one that's one that hits hard. Can I say one thing though?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to do apples and apples comparisons here, or say one's better than the other. Now that we've done kind of these two big beasts on the list, I think I put Tokyo Story a little bit over.
Oh, I would too. Yeah, I agree with you there.
Not trying to be that guy, but
Tokyo Story like rocked me to my core.
that was a great episode that we had with Kevin.
That was a very emotional
that was
episode.
very, very, very emotional. And Jean Dillman in our own right with Morgan. Really just a
Mm-hmm.
great episodes. And like you said, also a really great chance for us to dive in and explore things that are different. I think we have two or three other two other discoveries I think we have this year on the horizon that I'm excited about. Smaller series, but that's what the discoveries of get to be. In between
Do you
some,
want to rank these movies that we covered?
yeah, I mean, I don't. I mean, you watched, I think, a little bit more than I did.
I'm just gonna do the.
The four. You
I'll
want
do
to do the
five. I'll
five?
throw in News from Home. Yeah,
Okay.
and I bet we'll have
I think that
near
might be the
identical
same.
list. We'll see. You go first.
Okay. Well, number five is a couch in New York.
What?
Yeah, shocking, right? Number four is a G2LL.
Okay.
Number three, The Meanings of Anna. Number two, News from Home. And number one, Jean Dillman.
I.
Do you have no notes there?
I'm gonna swap one. I'm gonna
Oh,
go A Couch in New York, Meanings of
oh,
Anna, J2EL,
okay,
News from Home, and John Dielman.
okay.
Very close.
Very close. Shocked that Couch in New York was that low for you.
Five? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to be number one. That's it, though.
That's
That,
it. We did it.
that's Ackerman.
I think we made it through without sounding like complete morons.
Speak for yourself. Um, Jay, before we get out of here, we're going to test your award season knowledge based on the film we just reviewed. Kind of reviewed. A Couch in New York, in a segment we like to call "It's an Honor to Get Nominated." Now,
What didn't this get nominated for?
What didn't
I think
this
is the better question.
uh,
Didn't get anything, wouldn't give it anything.
okay, that's fair.
Can we skip to the good part?
I'm just trying to see if it was actually nominated for anything worth a damn, and it wasn't. So,
I mean, again, Roger Ebert didn't even review it.
that's crazy. She did win the Oscar this year, by the way, for the English.
Right.
English
Yes,
Patient.
yes.
A movie you love.
Yeah, not a huge fan of that
Not a
movie.
fusion. You're not a big English Patient guy.
No.
So,
It tested my English patience.
all right. Anyway, Jay, we ended a series tonight. So that means we start a new series next week.
Oh man, I'm excited for this one, man.
Now, if anyone has been a fan of us, well, one, congratulations for just being a fan. You always come to the right place. But if anyone listened to Jay and I do movie series over at In Session Film,
Hmm.
you know that we covered a lot of great directors over there. And we've mostly said we wouldn't double dip a lot. Or if we did, it would take time. And we'd have to be for a
Well,
special
it's
reason.
taken time, and we're pulling a Jack Shepherd, baby.
Yes. Because
We have to go back.
we have to go back. And we are going to be covering an old friend, a discovery at the time,
A pair of old friends.
a pair of old friends, a discovery at the time, right, Jay? When we first did it, it
Mhm.
was a discovery.
Mhm.
And now we're expanding it. And we're going to talk about some films that we've talked about before. We're going to talk about some films we haven't before. We're going to
Ryan,
be,
what's that? Is that a bow and arrow I see?
I think so, buddy, because we're going to be talking about The Archers.
Michael Powell, Emmerich Pressburger.
That's
Get
who is,
excited.
it's, you got to get excited. We're doing Powell and Pressburger. I'm super pumped. We've got a great lineup of guests lined up for these episodes, but as always, the first episode's just me and the old Jay Meister over here, and we're talking about the 49th parallel next week here on this show. I'm super excited to get started with this. Um, Jay, we're going to cover at least, looks like
I think we're doing
I think
almost 10?
almost, no, we're doing 3, 6,
8.
8 films because we'll have a bonus episode in there for Peeping Tom.
Just Powell.
Just Pal.
Sans Pressburger.
Sans Pressburger. So just a bonus Pal on one week. But 8 films. I'm looking forward to this, buddy.
Can't wait.
I can't wait to re-explore these films with you, re-talk about some stuff. David Farrar, especially if we're talking about important people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that guy. But just
Black Narcissus, hot movie.
very much a hot movie. But it's going to be nice to see these through a lens now as a second, third, some of these films, multiple viewings ever since, and talk about
It's
some of
also
our
just going to be fun to watch these movies.
Yeah, just get
What
to
a great
watch.
time this is going to be.
I mean, we love these films. There are a couple of discoveries, I think, at least on there for me. They may not be all the way for you.
I've seen all these. Yeah,
You've seen all the okay. Well, now, well, all right, Mister Smarty
I've seen.
Pants.
I think I've seen like
every Powell and
20
Pressburger.
Powell and Pressburger movies. Yeah,
Well, there you go. Do you want a medal or something for that? Like,
I got to finish them and then I'll get my medal.
okay, there you go. And then you can get to the Altman medal. Like,
Which of these
you
have
know.
you seen 49th Parallel before?
I have. I have not seen I Know Where I'm Going, which is what we'll be doing in a couple of weeks.
Great film.
I got the 4K for it.
One of these
so,
films I did as well. One
I
of
kinda
these
waited-
films is
I
one
kind
of
of-
my 10 favorites of all time,
One of these is one of my favorite 10 favorite films of all time. You know that.
but they're different ones.
Different ones. So there are going to be some great stories for these films because now that we've had them for, I want to say we've had them for like at least 4 or 5 years since we've done that series. They've changed for us and mean more to us now as films. And so
And
getting
I
to
think I
explore
basically
these,
came to you and said, I want to watch these movies again. Can we do
Well,
that?
I think that was that Tales of the Hoffman and I know where I'm going. Though they made it into the Criterion Collection, it kind of
Kind of
just
top of mind.
it kind of top of mind, and it was like I would love to talk with that. You know, we've never had this happen in a series history where we've gone in back in and re-explored them and re-examined them and see if they've grown for us, if they haven't, what have we catch now that that we love them so much. So it's a great test, and it's also a great chance to cover some of the great English films of all time. And they are, if we're talking about influence from Chantal Akerman, we're talking about some of the most highly influential films ever. And some of like if you are a fan of the man named Marty Scorsese, this is some of his favorite filmmakers ever to make films. And so it only seemed right to be able to do Powell and Pressburger. I'm so excited to redo these with you here, buddy, and redo Powell and Pressburger here on Director Watch. Uh, but with that, Jay, tell everybody where they can find you and all your work on the internet and your recommendation of the week.
Alrighty, letterboxed J Ledbetter, Twitter at Mr. J Ledbetter. Any writing I'm doing over at the great website awardswatch.com. Recommendation of the week. Had a great time watching Air Bud with my son. Check out Air Bud. Do you know
Airbud?
there's an Air Bud movie coming out this year
Is it like a new one
in theaters?
in theaters?
In theaters. Air Bud Returns 2026. Directed by Robert Vince, who, of course, directed
What?
a lot of the Air Buddies.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go. So
But Air
check
Bud
out.
had a great time with it. Honestly, makes me cry. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
You've seen Air Bud,
Um,
right?
yeah, I've seen Air Bud. I'm a child of the '90s. What do you
Ain't no
think?
rule says a dog can't play basketball.
Ain't no rule. Maybe one of the most ridiculous movies of all time. Don't care. Love it. Golden Retriever or Golden Receiver. Good film too.
There's a pretty good argument for Bill Cobbs being nominated for an Oscar for Air Bud. I
But
think
you
it's
know,
sitting there, supporting actor.
I think it's sitting there, but I'm not going to make that argument. But I know that you would.
Let me see who was nominated that year. I bet there's somebody worse than him.
You can find my work on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky at Ryan McQuade 77. You can find all my work at awardswatch.com. If you like podcasts, we have the Awards Watch podcast that's released on every Monday, iTunes, Spotify, 5-star reviews, or on the website. Please sign up for the newsletter. It's the best place to get all news, reviews, interviews, and podcasts sent to you all in one place. Jay, did you find it?
Pretty decent year for supporting actor, to be honest.
You want to read them out?
Robin Williams, Good Will Hunting, Robert Forster, Jackie Brown. What a performance.
What a performance.
Burt Reynolds, Boogie Nights.
What a performance.
Anthony Hopkins, Amistad, Greg Kinnear, As Good as It Gets.
Probably Hopkins can
I
bump
think
out.
you could kick one of those out.
Yeah. You're making the case?
Greg Kinnear, not exactly a sensitive portrayal of a gay man in As Good as It Gets, but
No. One I think you would love, but not Eric.
yeah.
Yeah. Given, yeah.
Put Bill Cobbs in there for Air Bud.
When you do that retrospective, well, you can bring this up.
He passed away in 2024.
Yeah. Well, if only,
What a legend.
if only he could have been there to accept. My recommendation of the week. So weirdly, Netflix got all the Bond films on there,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
even though Amazon owns Bond. How does that work?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Anyway, I needed something to watch, and I wanted to watch something, and so I put on an era that I know Jay has no affinity for when it comes to the Bond era.
Ugh.
What? Where do you think I'm going?
Ugh.
Where do you think I'm going?
I don't even want to say it out loud.
Where do you think I'm going?
Oh, you're gonna go Brosnan, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going Brosnan. I'm not
All
going
right.
Roger Moore.
Okay, thank goodness.
God. You think I would just on a random night put on a Roger Moore
Roger
Bond
Moore,
film?
more like Roger Less. In my opinion.
In your opinion.
Personally.
I put on Goldeneye. I watched Goldeneye.
It's
And
probably the best one of his.
probably is. I had a lot more fun with it this time than when we did that on the series back in 2020. God, Brosnan was really good. Like, I just think that the material wasn't there, but he was the right choice.
Those movies are a little too goofy for me.
They're a little too goofy, but he was the right choice. Like, he's got the
That was a Martin Campbell?
yeah, that was his first one, and then he did Casino, which obviously is
Casino.
Casino Royale. Ooh. Yeah, is that your favorite Bond?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. Not my Goldfinger, but I go back and forth on those Craigs. Is it Skyfall? Is it Casino? I like a Skyfall. Skyfall's good.
You know I love my Timmy's.
I love the Timmies. That's what we've established is that we're big Timmy guys, Timmy D's. Um, but I have affinity for Brosnan more than you do as a fan
You grew
because
up with him, yeah. I just
I grew
didn't.
up
I,
with
I
him.
didn't see him.
Yeah,
I
but
wasn't allowed.
they're my like you know how like I think for our parents they grew up with more, so that's why there's an affinity for they have for more. If terms of like the more sillier, playful Bonds.
Hmm.
For me, it's Brosnan. And it's really his first story. I'm not a big fan, as you know, of Die Another Day,
That one's
but
rough.
that's one's really rough. But I do like The World's Not Enough. I like Tomorrow Never Dies, and I really like watching Goldeneye. That was a lot of fun. It's got really great set pieces. That's the thing about Martin Campbell's two Bond films. It's like the set pieces are really, really good, and they're just like a great introduction into that version and that era of Bond.
John
So
Bean's good.
Sean Bean's really great. Um, just a lot of great stuff in it. I go watch it. It's on Netflix. All the Bond films, again, weirdly are on Netflix, even though Amazon owns the property. So just yeah, go give them a
You
watch.
know that we are currently in the longest gap between Bond movies ever.
Well, we're supposed to get one here after this
Actually, I
guy's
take
done
that
with
back.
Dune.
Spectre and No Time to Die was
It's very long.
6 years. So we're at
Yeah.
5 years right now.
Well, and they don't even have a Bond, and he's got to promote Dune this year. So we're talking about 2028,
Craig was
probably.
Bond for 15 years.
Probably 2028 is when we're gonna get it.
Connery was only Bond for 9 years.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that nuts? Who do you think is gonna be Bond? And don't be a dick. Actually, answer the question.
It's probably going to be somebody that we don't even
You
think
sure?
about right now.
You sure? Do we
I
live in that
mean,
world anymore where we can have an anonymous Bond?
Craig wasn't anonymous, but he wasn't,
He wasn't a star.
you know.
There was the report a couple of weeks ago that Elordi met with Denis Villeneuve. That would be a mistake. Even though I
Too
like
tall.
Jacob Elordi, too tall. Spies can't be 6'5". It's insane. Do you have a guy that you would want to play it?
I don't know. I feel like all the people that I wanted have aged out of it by now.
You know who I would
I really
give
wanted Kaluuya, but I don't know that that's going to
oh,
happen.
you know me, that was my number one goal, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Damson Idris would be really good. You see
Yeah.
from F1, you liked him in that movie.
Yeah, I
No,
mean, I did.
he's got charisma.
I think Callum Turner could probably pull it off. I feel like
Oh,
he's the favorite at this point.
oh boy, talk about no, no, no.
I'm kind of in on
I
him
don't think
after
if he's going to be in.
Eternity.
Yeah, but he's playful in that film and he's fun. Like
He kind of can't
I don't think he could
have
be.
it all though. You can't be engaged to
Can't,
Dua Lipa
but
and be James Bond.
can't have that. I can't have that. Won't have that. Should give it to Joe Alwyn. That seems like a person that could use it.
Pass.
Oh, he's
I
good.
mean, it's pretty
Very good.
interesting. Callum Turner, his dating history had been, he wasn't having much success. He had only dated Vanessa Kirby at that point.
I was like, where is he going with this? And then I'm like, oh shit, there it is. I don't know. I feel like it's just going to be Aaron Taylor Johnson. I just feel like it's going to be somebody like that.
Honestly, whatever.
Just give it to him. He'd be
Fine.
he'd be good in the role.
I do feel like he'd be too similar to the. I would
Craig.
like to see them kind of get a little
Well, that
sillier.
Tom Blythe was on that list too. They could just like, but he feels very traditional. But I think they're going to go very traditional.
I don't even know who that is. What else has he been in?
He's
Oh, Hunger Games.
the Hunger
That
Games
guy.
Yeah,
Left no impression in that one for me.
he was in Claire Denis' new film that I saw at TIFF, and I was like, oh, this kid's actually pretty good. And he was in a movie called Plain Clothes last year that was really good too, and he was very good in that. Yeah, I think he could, but like again, like
He's from Birmingham.
Villeneuve can get anybody he wants essentially to do this.
Man, I forgot Villeneuve is doing that. That is such a bummer.
And that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be somebody that needs to be moody. It's gonna be a moody
Yeah,
Bond.
I was about to say, yeah, that is not.
So that's not Colin Turner. You
We're
know what I
not
mean?
gonna have a fun Bond.
And
Not gonna be a fun one.
Jay, I gotta think that they need to be fun because after the Craig stuff, like it was very moody, and I think that they need to have a little bit more fun with this. But when the fuck has that guy ever been fun in his entire life? You know, I don't see it unless he does a complete 180 after Doom Messiah because he wants to do something fun. But I don't know. I feel like they're gonna fumble this thing immensely. Like Heyman and Pascal, I trust them as producers, but or maybe Villeneuve drops out and they have to find another director.
Remember when we kind of ended up not being super pro Villeneuve when we did that series? That was crazy.
Yeah, and that's what made me be like, great, this man's getting my favorite franchise ever.
He's made movies I love, though.
He's made good movies, but
He's made two movies that I
he
like
doesn't
out and out love.
he doesn't get me excited to do a Bond film.
No, not at all, actually.
Not at all. Like it honestly feels like a move to just be like, well, if Chris Nolan can't do it, I'll do it. It feels so like
He's always kind of operated in the shadow of Nolan.
and he's really now
And
just
Nolan for so long wanted to make one, and
well,
they were just like, "Oh wait, Christopher Nolan wants Final Cut." Excuse
excuse
me?
me? And then now it's like you guys were
I
fucking
can't believe Villeneuve gave up Final Cut. That's crazy to me.
I can't believe that they wouldn't give Christopher Nolan Final Cut.
Well, I know.
That's the most insane thing. It's like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Christopher Nolan could have directed your next Bond film and you could have got him on the cheap and you said no because of Final Cut. Well, they said no to Spielberg at one point.
Yeah.
Because like many years ago, but then it's like you had it happen
Well, that's
again.
why he made Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and then he
But thank goodness.
Well, and then he made Oppenheimer. That was his answer. Now he's making the Odyssey, the most anticipated film of us this season, right?
I mean, I'm excited for it.
Unless the Malik film comes out.
I still haven't seen the trailer.
You still haven't seen the Odyssey trailer?
Mm-mm. I saw the first one where it's just Bernthal on the beach.
Oh, where's a tale of Odysseus?
I haven't seen the longer one.
Where's a story? Yeah, where he's just doing like his usual thing, but it rocks.
I'm going to avoid it.
Well, you know who was in the trailer, right? And everybody was making a big deal about it.
Probably Matt Damon.
Well, yeah, but Travis Scott.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Everybody was all
headline.
mad, upset about it. I'm like, who gives a shit? It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, because he did the Tenet song.
Yeah, he did the 10 song. They're
yeah,
good friends.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and it's like nothing.
I don't know that they're friends.
Well, yeah, they're friends.
Friendly.
If he's worked in 2 films with them, they're friends.
All right, fine.
Come
They're
on.
best friends.
Yeah.
I take it back. They're best friends. Travis Scott and Christopher Nolan are best friends.
Imagine that dinner conversation.
Sounds pretty good.
Who wouldn't want to be there? So anyway, yeah. Next week, we'll be back. We're talking about the 49th parallel. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll see you all next time.